Hey everyone, ready to dive deep into something kind of personal today? We're talking true happiness and how to actually get it.
Oh, this is a good one.
It is. We're going to be using Andy Stanley's YouTube video, The Journey to True Happiness.
Mhm.
It really gets you thinking.
Yeah, he's got a way of, cutting through the noise and making you think about what you really, really want.
Exactly. Like we all get caught up wanting stuff,
Oh,
right?
yeah, the new phone, the bigger house.
But Stanley challenges us to look past that initial want. Like he uses this example of wanting a new car,
Right. We think it's the car we want.
but maybe it's actually the freedom that car represents.
It's about freedom, maybe status, or even like a sense of adventure.
Yeah.
It's recognizing those things are means to an end.
Totally. The car, the house, even relationships sometimes, they could be steps towards something deeper.
Exactly. And figuring out that deeper thing, that underlying value, is huge.
Like that age-old battle, wanting that delicious dessert now versus wanting to be healthy, long term.
Oh, I feel that one.
Stanley calls it that immediate versus ultimate struggle. He's got some hilarious examples.
It's so true, though. We might crave that extra sleep, but ultimately we value feeling good and getting things done during the day. Like, that's the bigger picture.
And then he brings in how social media and advertising kind of mess with us.
Oh, they're the worst for that.
Right. They
Mhm.
make us feel like we're always behind, like we need things we don't actually want. It's that constant never enough feeling.
Ugh, yeah. We see everyone's perfect life online and forget they're only showing the good stuff.
Totally.
Yeah.
So how do we figure out what we actually value? Stanley brings in this awesome concept from Stephen Covey.
Oh, Covey, he's brilliant.
He is. It's all about begin with the end in mind. Have you heard of that?
Oh, yeah. Powerful stuff.
Well, he suggests this funeral exercise, and it sounds kind of morbid,
It's a bit out there, I know.
but it's like you picture your own funeral and think about what you would want people to say about you,
Yeah, it makes you think about the kind of legacy you want to leave behind.
Right. And by doing that, by picturing that ideal, you start to see what really matters.
Exactly. Whether it's kindness, creativity, a sense of adventure,
Yeah.
those qualities, those are your guideposts, your internal compass.
Love that. An internal compass.
Yeah. It's not about what other people think anymore. It's about making choices that match up with what you truly care about deep down.
So powerful. So we talked about how things like a car or a house, they're often more about what they represent, right? Like freedom or security. But how do we actually uncover that end, that true value?
Well, it's about asking yourself why a lot, like really digging deep.
I like that.
So say you want that new car. Okay, why?
Yeah, what?
Maybe it's about the image. But then why is that image so important?
Right.
Maybe it connects to a desire for respect or, I don't know, feeling successful.
It's like peeling back the layers to get to the core of it.
I love that analogy, peeling back the layers, because sometimes, the why leads you somewhere totally unexpected.
Yeah, totally.
Like maybe you think you want a bigger house for more space, right? But when you dig deeper, it's actually because you crave privacy, a place to just be yourself.
Makes you realize we're not always conscious of what's really driving us.
Totally.
And this whole knowing your values thing, it makes decisions so much easier, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's like Stanley's example of that job offer, the one with the big salary but crazy long hours.
Yeah, versus the one that pays less but offers more time with family.
Exactly. If you haven't figured out your values, that big paycheck might blind you.
Yeah, you might jump at it without thinking.
But if you know that family time is what truly matters to you,
The choice is clear.
it becomes a no-brainer. It's not about what looks best on paper. It's about what lines up with what you really care about.
It's choosing that ultimate goal, even if it means missing out on something immediate.
Right. It's a long game.
Exactly. So thinking about those everyday choices we make, have you ever faced a decision where, like, knowing your values could have helped?
All the time.
Yeah, me too. It's like, imagine you're invited to this amazing party, but it's the same night you usually work out.
Ugh, the classic dilemma.
Well, if you truly value your health, knowing that might help you prioritize the workout right, even though you're missing out on something fun.
Or, like, what if you're offered a promotion,
Yeah, more responsibilities sounds great.
but also way more stress and you're already feeling stretched?
Oh man, I've been there.
If work-life balance is a core value for you, you might actually choose to say no, even if everyone else thinks you're crazy.
Yeah, even if it seems like a dream opportunity on the surface.
It's about looking deeper.
These insights are so powerful, they really can apply to, like, everything.
Oh, totally. Our
Yeah.
careers, our relationships, how we spend our free time,
It's like having this internal guidance system helping us stay true to ourselves, you know?
and leading to a more fulfilling life. But
Exactly.
it's important to remember this is a journey, right? Our values can change, and that's okay.
That's a great point. It's not like we figure them out once and we're done.
Ugh. Right. We have to keep checking in with ourselves. Like, what matters most to me now? Am I living in a way that reflects that?
And if not, what small changes can I make?
It all comes back to that question Stanley asks, what do you want? But now, we've got a deeper understanding of how to answer it.
It's not just about what sounds good in the moment. Right.
Exactly. It's about figuring out those core values and letting them shape what we want.
It's powerful stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where that real lasting happiness comes from. Wow. It's amazing how we started talking about wanting stuff and ended up exploring all these deep reasons behind those wants.
It's been quite a journey.
It really has. We've talked about that whole means to an end idea.
Yeah.
You know, how a car could actually be about freedom or a house might be about security.
Right. And we dug into that powerful funeral exercise from Covey.
Yeah, it really got us thinking. And how important it is to, like, actually live our lives based on our values, not just what sounds good.
It's about making those values-driven choices every day.
So for everyone listening, what can you actually take away from all this? What have we learned about true happiness?
I think the biggest thing is realizing you have the power to decide what happiness means to you.
Yeah, it's not something you just wait for. It's something you create.
It's about really understanding yourself, figuring out what matters most, and then making choices that reflect that.
It's about making those choices day after day, really shaping the life you want.
That's the beauty of it. It's
Mhm.
this ongoing journey of self-discovery.
So to wrap up our deep dive, we want to leave you with a little challenge.
Ooh, I like this.
Think about one small thing you can do, like today, to start living more in line with your values.
Just one small step.
Maybe it's having a heart-to-heart with someone you love, telling them what really matters to you.
Or maybe it's finally making time for that thing you've been putting off, something that brings you joy.
Something that nourishes your soul.
It doesn't have to be this huge overnight change.
Yeah, it's the small, consistent choices that really add up over time.
It's about being intentional.
And being curious about yourself and
Yeah.
what you truly value.
So keep exploring those values, keep reflecting on them, and keep making choices that bring you closer to the life you want.
Because that's where you'll find that true, lasting happiness.